I'll bet you $5 that this dude kills a deer. It is weird. It's wide open.
Hey, where did it go?
I just shot it. That's such a yummy little surprise.
Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. For those of you new here, my name is Allie DeAndrea, and today I'm getting ready for muzzleloader season. Well, technically it is muzzleloader season right now. The opener was actually on Saturday, but my brother-in-law got married. But now I'm back into the swing of things, and I have this whole week to hunt with my muzzleloader here in Pennsylvania. It's this really cool short season for doe and for bear. I hunted it last year and killed a doe. Had such a great time. I killed the doe with Marta. So her and I worked on gutting it, skinning it, butchering it, the whole thing. And it was such a fun experience. So I'm really, really pumped that it's here again. I still have a doe tag and a bear tag that I can fill. So it's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be a good week, actually. But first I have to get my muzzleloader up and running. So here she is. These are my notes on how to use this particular muzzleloader, even though it's the same as the one I was using last year. I'm just being extra careful. This is the Accura by CVA. Hey, Nick already shot his muzzleloader. He's ready to rock. Aw, look at that. The muzzleloader that we used last year is the Wolf, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he's ready to rock with the Wolf. Oh, he's the rich.
I never used it.
So Nick bought the muzzleloader last year, and then I used it, and then his brother used it, and Nick never got a chance to hunt with it during the season. So now we have two. So now Nick can hunt with his muzzleloader finally. But anyway, one change for this year with this gun. This is a 45 caliber. I'm using Blackhorn 209. Everybody recommends this stuff. It burns cleaner, it burns hotter. There are a lot of benefits to this. Everybody loves it. It's extremely hard to get. I found mine at a Cabela's back in September or August on our way out to Wyoming. And I should have bought a lot more, but at least I've got my hands on one. But it's my first time using it. So I'm being extra cautious, extra careful, because you have to measure the amount that you put into the muzzleloader. So I have my instruction manual for my Accura. It gives a rundown of what the maximum load is, what the minimum load is, etc., etc. I've also got some power belt bullets. I'm really, really excited about these. I used saboted bullets last year. For those of you that don't know, this is what a saboted bullet looks like. You can see that plastic comes up around it. This is the power belt. The power belt has technology that allows the plastic to just sit on the bottom and not come up all the way around the bullet, which means you're shooting a larger diameter bullet than you are compared to a saboted bullet. It also shoots cleaner, it loads easier, it has a really high BC, which means that it flies flatter for longer, no plastic residue like the saboted.
Whoa, they're way bigger. 80 grams heavier.
Yeah. So I'm ready. I've already got my scope mounted. It's time to shoot. Ooh. So this is why some people like to measure by grains instead of volume, because I could still probably get a couple more pellets in there. I'm putting grease on the breech plug. This one's called Anti-Seize. This one's by CVA. Fire in the hole.
So explain what that was.
So basically what I'm doing is checking that the fire channel is clear of oil and debris by firing a couple of primers. So I'm going to do another one, just a couple, 2 or 3. And I'm pointing at some leaf litter, just some leaves on the ground. Or if there's like some loose dirt, you could also do that, just to see that the air is actually coming out. Ready? Fire in the hole. Beautiful. Okay. Should go down to one motion. Cool. Okay. All right, you ready? We're hot. That felt good. Woo, baby, that was fine. That was not like too much bang at all. I want to go see where that went. So because I'm using Blackhorn 209 with power belt bullets, there's really no need to clean in between shots, but I do just want to make sure that there's no embers, or see how it's smoking a little bit? Just want to make sure that there's nothing hot down the barrel before I shoot again. I can see a decent amount of fouling, so I am going to go ahead and swab between shots just with a dry patch, just to be extra cautious. But really, for this setup, there isn't a major need for that. But if I was using pellets, there would be. Okay. Shot number 2. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna get a little more precise this time. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
We're hot. Phew! Oh, sick. I think that was an excellent shot. Oh wait, crap, where is it? Nah. Dang it, where did it go? I thought it hit right above it. So I was aiming right here this time. It's nowhere to be found.
It's like a ghost poop.
A ghost poop? What does that mean?
When you poop, then look in the toilet and there's nothing there. Because it already snuck down the drain.
So it's the next day. Yesterday, it took me a little longer to sight in than I thought. I'm getting really close. I'm just gonna finish dialing in, and then I'm running right into the woods. I'm so pumped. Like, dude, the black powder has been shooting so great. The power belts, everything. Like, this whole system is dialing in. It feels like it's dialing in really good, really tight. Let's keep going. Look who it is. Hi, big girl. How are you? Are we ready to go hunting? You're going pheasant hunting soon, huh? I know you're very excited. Well, that took me a little longer than I'd like to admit. The scope was just giving me some trouble. It took so many clicks to get that thing to move to where I wanted it to move. But we are sighted in perfectly, beautifully. So I'm gonna load up real quick and then get my ass in the woods. I don't need these though.
All right, we're headed out. I got my orange on, have my orange hat, license. I've got stuff to reload if I miss a shot. Last year I missed a shot with my muzzleloader and I somehow had time to reload. The leaves are so crunchy. There was a guy in my spot, and I'm only calling it my spot because I have a tree stand there, and he was basically standing underneath it, which is frustrating. But it's public land, so I really can't be that mad. So I kept walking, and I'm just gonna set up in a different spot. Well, I'm all set up. I've only ever hunted this spot in a saddle, bow hunting, and I have seen deer come through here. So my hopes are relatively high, and I see a fresh rub not too far. So, not that I can kill a buck right now, but a good sign nonetheless. It's so crunchy. I'm confident that I'll be able to hear a deer moving through here. It's really warm tonight though, so conditions aren't phenomenal in that way. But, you know, whatever. It feels nice to be out here. It's been a wild couple of months. We were in Wyoming hunting elk, just living on the road out of the van. We were in Texas hunting axis deer. We were in Montana hunting upland birds. And now I'm finally back in Pennsylvania. I did a little bit of hunting in New York. Ooh. That was either an owl or a coyote. I don't know. Anyway, I'll bet you $5 that this dude kills a deer. And I'm gonna take the credit for it. The sunset is so beautiful. I don't know why, but I'm having these like sentimental feelings of feeling really grateful to have the opportunity to hunt deer like this on public land. I moved spots again, and the guy that was here moved away, and then he came back, and he's basically just like wandering around, like back and forth. And so I don't even know if any deer are going to walk out because he just keeps like wandering around. But I don't even care. I hope he's having a good time. I'm having a good time. Look at that.
It's the next day and it's about 5 o'clock. It was beautiful this whole morning, and then it started to rain, and basically the radar was calling for rain all night, but it looked like there was going to be a pocket when it stopped right at last light. I'm talking like sunset and then the 30 minutes after. So I had in my head that I was going to pop out right then as soon as it stopped. And of course, we're bad at predicting the weather, and it stopped raining now, almost an hour and a half earlier than I thought it would. So look, even the squirrels are coming out right now. So I think that it is about to be a hot, hot evening. And I also don't think that anybody else will be out because it's been raining and it was supposed to continue raining. So fingers crossed that I enjoy my solitude tonight, and I'm headed out right now to hunt. Yes, here we go. So I left this puppy loaded last night, other than taking the primer out. But there is currently the Blackhorn 209 and my Power Belt Bullet down in the muzzle. And I did that because I read on either Blackhorn 209's website or in the CVA manual, or maybe even on the Blackhorn bottle itself. I can't remember where I read it, but somewhere reputable that said that as long as conditions are not super high humidity, where of course it just started raining now, but the firearm has been inside all night, you can leave it loaded for a few days. And I'm not quoting it exactly, but it's what it said. So that's what I did. And definitely after this hunt, I will swap it out because it is raining. You know, if I don't fire it tonight, I will either just take it out or fire it and then reload next time I hunt. But I'm just trying it out, doing what it said I could do. Although that might come back to bite me in the butt, and we'll see. Because it rained, the ground is so much quieter tonight. So we're probably going to have a hard time hearing the deer coming, which just means that we'll be on extra high alert the whole time, looking around, because the only way that we're going to know that they're there is if we see them. I feel like they were does because it seemed like there were two together, but there were too many trees in the way, and I could see the body, but I never saw their heads. But because Nick didn't shoot them, they were either spikes that were illegal or does, which I could have shot. But they caught wind of him before they ever got to a place that I could shoot them, so. Well, we weren't wrong. We saw deer tonight. Knew that there would be some movement with the rain stopping, so. Try again tomorrow. Good morning. Oh. Final step for my coffee is some cinnamon. Yeah. And final step for my eggs is ketchup. Today's the last day of muzzleloader season. We had our alarm set to hunt this morning. And I'm the one who is like, I'm too tired. I have some things, like some work things that I have to get done during the day today. So my thought process was, let me sleep in. I'll get my work done, feeling good, and then we'll hunt this evening. And it'll be our last muzzleloader hunt during this little muzzleloader season. And it's like drizzling a little bit outside. It's cold. So the biggest reason why this is a good weekend is because there's been a big temperature drop, like 2 days in a row. It dropped 10 degrees, and then from yesterday to today, it dropped another 10 degrees. I just got done with the air bike. I'm gonna do a little bit of weightlifting, and then we're off for an evening hunt. Nick also said there's some chicken of the woods that he saw near this spot the other night. And I wanted to update you guys on the black trumpets.
A big, beautiful black trumpet. I didn't think these things grew this late into the season. That's such a yummy little surprise.
So I just ripped them apart to give them, you know, a little more air room. And basically I'm just letting them dry out. And then once they're completely dry, I'm going to grind them up and then either sprinkle them on top of a dish or use that powder in a dish or something like that. I don't know, I'm experimenting. All right, we're headed out even earlier today than we have the past couple of days. It's close to 3 o'clock and everything's the same. I'm still going to sit on the ground with my little, you know, sitting pad, whatever, and my tripod. Nick's heading out with his bow, I believe. Yeah, looks like it. Nick's heading out with his bow. So he'll have the opportunity at the buck. I'll have an opportunity at a bear or a doe. He could also shoot a bear with his bow as well. So in that regard, And a doe. Oh yeah, that's true. Duh.
That is a fresh rub. Nick walked through here yesterday and he's like, that rub wasn't there yesterday. We are officially in pre-rut conditions.
That was this morning.
That's so cool. And he also said there's some chicken of the woods up here. We'll probably come back for that on our way out.
Perfect condition.
Look at that. That is so funny.
It's absolutely perfectly preserved.
Wait, let me walk around the left of you. What the heck? That literally looks like someone like stuffed it in there.
It's perfect.
Oh yeah, that's totally perfect. It's in great condition. We'll come back for that after dark. Most of the chicken of the woods that I've seen this time of year is rotten, so it's funny that Nick found this.
Because it's real.
Just like hidden in there.
It's perfect.
That's so cool. Look at that scrape. You back up so you can get the full picture. That's it is weird. It's wide open. Just a random tree. Right there. Alright, I'm in place. I'm set. I feel like I probably will see deer. I just hate not knowing where to expect them to come from. I feel like they could come like 360 all around me. So I've set up in a position where I'm facing a thicket. There's a laurel edge about 100 yards behind me. And I'm anticipating that they walk out of this thicket or from the edge of the thicket. And so that's what I'm set up for. But I'm going to have to keep turning around to check the laurel edge, so. I'm also a little worried about my muzzleloader, just because it's raining pretty hard. And I've tried really hard to keep the muzzle pointed like horizontal rather than directly up in the air where water can get into the barrel. I'm assuming that everything else is sealed good enough that the rain won't get in there and mess up the primer or the powder, but I just shot. And I might have missed. I put my crosshairs right on her and I pulled because it was very intense very quickly. I'm gonna go take a look and see if I can find any blood and then give her a couple minutes. There's so much smoke that came out of the barrel. I couldn't see like exactly what had happened, but there was two doe and they both ran off. So, all right. Okay, all right, let's go take a look. We'll go together. Oh man, I'm praying that the steer is up here.